What up? Day 211. 211 days in. Whew. There's 2 more days left. Well, this one and 2 more. So 2.5 more days left of July. And I've been thinking more and more lately. Like the last time I did it was like, I think, November or something like that. September into November. I didn't do any social media or any of that. So I made my videos and I posted those. But like I wasn't listening to much other than music, maybe like a audio only podcast, but that was like weeks into it. But no like movies or video content and stuff, you know. And I feel like I'm getting to a point now where that has to happen again. I mean, I've been taking this year really to really focus on positive habits, you know, really putting in the work so that it's just something I automatically do. And a little halfway over the year, well, a little more than halfway over the year, you know, I feel like I'm accomplishing that for sure. And there's other aspects of my life that I want to step up, and you know, part of that is my business and things like that. But this is like the main focus right now. And you know, getting the really good news from my doctor, my blood work, all that stuff, you know, was awesome. And I just really think that if I can shut down everything for at least a month, maybe longer. Right? I mean, I'm gonna go for 24-hour period first, but you know, I'll set my mind on it, and that's what I've been doing over the last month or so. I'm just like, man, I've been wasting a lot of time. Like I was just thinking, I was walking around Goose Pond, and I was like, man, I've been in Goose Pond more in the winter than I have been this summer. You know, and it's like I'm down here quite frequently, and but you know, I'll leave here and then I go home, and of course, you know, I'm beat when I first get to the house. I'll have like an iced coffee or something, but then I get sucked into YouTube, you know, and then I'm just on that for hours. And then so the thing that I was gonna do when I got home gets put off a couple hours, and then the thing that I was gonna do after I finish that gets put off to either the next day or late that evening or whatever it is, you know. And you know, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the stuff that I watch. I mean, I watch movies and shows and stuff, and I just like, I mean, even the good ones, I'm like, yeah, all right. Like everybody's watching that Presumed Innocent. I watched it. I knew it was the daughter. Spoiler alert. I knew it was her. I just knew it. Like 2 episodes in or something, I was like, it's the daughter. Or the mom, right? But it ended up being the daughter. I said the mom would make more sense, and the daughter, you know, definitely would not, especially the character that they were trying to make her. Anyway, that's not my point. But it was entertaining, you know. It was okay. That's my rating on that, my review. But anyway, you know, it's day 211, man. And yeah, I gotta, you know, anytime I lose myself in something and I notice it's taking my efforts off of other things, I gotta shut it down. You know, I have an addictive personality. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I do have addict tendencies and past behaviors to prove it. So, you know, unless it's something positive. If it's something positive, shit, I can quit that in a minute. If it's something that feels like it's drawing too much of my attention or my time, or, you know, making me feel bad, which a lot of this stuff is, you know, I mean, I love the absurdity of it all, and I fall into all that culture war shit too, because it's kind of silly, it's funny. You know, people take me posting stuff like I really give a fuck about half of it. I mean, I think a lot of it's fucking ridiculous, and, you know, if you really look at it, you're like, well, what's really going on out here? Why are they showing us all this all the time, even though it's a fraction of the population? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But, you know, I'm interested in a lot of, you know, off-the-wall topics, and, you know, some things are just interesting to think about, even if I know that it's complete bullshit. You know, it's funny to watch people go through these mental gymnastics to you know, okay whatever it is in their head. And, you know, most things, like, you know, people are like, oh, believe the science. And it's like, well, a lot of times the folks who question the science, even though them in their lives, a lot of them turned out to be, like they were imprisoned or, locked in their homes, or they committed suicide or this and that, and come to find out years later, it's like, oh yeah, well, looks like they were right. So a lot of times the people who question the mainstream narrative, science, health, whatever, politics, anything, right? A war, they're considered heretics, right? Even religion, right? You question, well, is that really, you're a heretic until you're proven not to be. So, everything that we know, we knew the previous thing before. Do you understand what I'm saying? The previous thing was the science. That was it. That was the end all, right? It was, this is what it is, and we can't go. I mean, they even said that about physics, right? They were like, well, this is as far as we can go. And then, Einstein had the theory of relativity, or it was even something else. It was like someone figured out quantum physics or something, and that was early on. It was like in the 1930s, or maybe even earlier than that. I forget, I'm not good at that stuff, dates and names and all that. But anyway, I just remember hearing it that, one big time physics person was like, well, this is all there is to it, and blah, blah, blah. And then like a year later, after he said, you might as well not even focus your studies on this because it's already set in stone. Boom, it changed, So, but yeah, I got to get away from just the constant content and this and that. I got 2 more days. I'm going to start August 1st. Usually, sometimes I like to start right when I think of something, but I'm like, I'll give myself the 2 days, see if there's any freaking thing, that I want to watch before I shut it down for who knows how long. And, don't worry, you'll still be able to watch my terrible content. So don't fret. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Have a great day.